Okay, Chapter 7, Lesson 2. Today we're going to be working on the division properties of exponents. So we covered the multiplication properties last lesson and doing division today. So again, we can only do these on like bases. And when we do division on like bases, what we're going to do is reduce the exponents. If there are coefficients, they get divided. If a base stands alone, give it a 1. And a new thing we're adding here is any negative exponent needs to be flipped. So if you have a negative exponent in the bottom of your fraction, you flip it to the top and it becomes a positive. If you have a negative exponent in the top of your fraction, you flip it to the bottom to become positive. And notice it's only for negative exponents. It's not for negative coefficients. So number 1 here, what I have actually going on is I have 8 to the 8th, which would be 8 eighths over 8 to the 4th, which would be 4 eighths. So what you're doing in division of like bases is you're reducing the exponents to ask yourself, how many bases do you have left and where are they at? So in this case, when I reduce them, I would have 4 eighths on the top. So number 2, if I write it out, I have 4 A's and 6 B's over 1A and 3 B's. So when I go to reduce, I'm left with 3 A's on the top and 3 A's on the bottom. So on this one, we notice our X's are going to reduce right away. And I have 1 Y on the bottom and 2 on the top. So when I reduce it, there'll be 1 Y left on the top. On this one, I have 4 M's on the bottom, and if I take away 4 from the top, there'll be 1 left on the top. There's no N's to combine, and my P's cross out, so I'm just left with Mn. Number 5, first thing I do is check, does 5 over negative 4 divide into a whole number? And it does not. My C's cross out. There's 1 D on the bottom and 3 on the top, and so when I reduce them, I have 2 left on the top. Number 19, I check 6 over 54 does reduce to 1 over 9. My F's will cancel. When I reduce my H's, there'll be 2 left on the top. And now this G to the negative 5, we can't have negatives, so it needs to be flipped to the top to become a positive. And then I'm going to combine the G's, would give me G to the 8. Number 20, first I'm going to divide my whole numbers, negative 6 over 1. I need to flip both of the T's to make them positive. Then that would leave me with 2 T's left on top. There's only 4 U's left on top. And this X needs to go down here to become positive. And when I combine those, I'd be left with X to the 9th. So now we're going to combine the distributive property from yesterday with division. Remember that every base will get the number outside the parentheses distributed to it. So in number 8, the first rule always is to distribute. So this would become 2 to the 3rd, A to the 6th, B to the 3rd, over A to the 3rd. And then I'm going to simplify. 2 to the 3rd power is 8. Reduce the A's, there'd be 3 left on top. And there's no B's to reduce, so B to the 3rd on top. On number 10, I'm going to distribute, so it's going to become 2 to the 4th, R to the 20th, W to the 12th, over R to the 16th, W to the 12th. The W's will cross out. 2 to the 4th power is 16. Cross out 16 R's from both, and there'll be 4 left on the top. On this one, distribute to become 3 to the 4th, r to the 24th, n to the 12th, over 2 to the 4th, r to the 20th, n to the 4th, 3 to the 4th divided by 2 to the 4th, math enter enter is 81 over 16. There'd be 4 r's left on top and 8 n's left on top.